So the first thing we're going to look at is deer ducking the arrow. The second we're going to look at is hard quartering away shots. And the third we're going to look at is the placement of that shoulder and front leg on a deer walking left to right broadside. By the end of this video, you're going to know how to take a shot and when to take a shot on a moving deer. So first off, can deer duck an arrow? And the answer is no. It's more accurate to say they're jumping the string. When a deer hears a sound, his instinctual reaction to get away is to load up his back legs, drop, and use those powerful back legs to bound away to safety. A feeding buck, though, is still highly alert. Just because his head's down doesn't mean he's not alert. And this is where they have an advantage, because as he raises his head up to go, it acts like a fulcrum and counterbalances, dropping his vitals farther and faster than gravity alone. An alert buck that's looking at you with his head up would tend to have the advantage here, because you would think that him being alert would increase his reaction time and allow him to bound away faster. The problem here, though, is he can only drop as fast as gravity will allow to load up his back legs. So another thing to consider as a buck is moving away from you is the angle that he's quartering. You really got to be careful with those hard quartering away shots. When they're broadside, they're never an issue. This is the perfect shot. But as they quarter harder and harder, that rib cage angle closes down and it can become a wall of ribs. The more condensed they are, the less of an opening it gives you to get an arrow through there. I had a buddy of mine that did this one time and took a really hard quartering shot, and instead of getting up inside the rib cage, the arrow simply skipped along the outside of the ribs all the way to the shoulder. The buck survived, but it left a nasty scar on the outside of his rib cage. On a buck that's walking broadside or feeding out in front of you, if you can, try to wait till the shoulder nearest to you is in the front position when he takes a step. That leg joint is going to be free and clear of the heart and lower lungs, and all of his shoulder muscles are going to be stretched real thinly across the rib cage instead of a tightly flexed ball of muscle and bone. This is almost impossible to time or to do on a deer that's walking in front of you or cruising during the rut, but if you're watching him feed and the deer are calm, if you're patient, a lot of times that buck will open up his front leg and give you the shot you're looking for if you're patient and just give him some time. Hopefully you found this art and information helpful. It's pulled from my anatomy and physiology print that is reviewed and approved by the NDA, National Deer Association. We spend a lot of time making sure the art and information is accurate here for you. You can get those only at ryankirby.com. I wish you the best of luck in the fall and have a great season.